Hey guys, the professor here today to talk about fake survival videos on YouTube. I watched a bunch the other night and I had to laugh at a couple of them. The one dude, he's out in the forest, supposedly lost, and he's got no supplies, no nothing. And his video is about how to build a lean-to so that you can spend the night and I guess supposedly not freeze to death. And it's pretty amazing. Now I know most of you have been out in the forest, the woods, and you realistically know what's what. Well, this dude, he miraculously gets lost in an area that just happened to have an endless supply of 3 or 4 inch in diameter saplings that just mysteriously also seem to have no limbs on them. And somehow, he luckily found a saw because all of these saplings were all miraculously sawed to the same length. And he found some rope in the woods to tie these things together. And, he built a really nice lean-to. Now, I figure the guy's going to end up covering this thing with a tarp. But just like the saplings and the saw, this guy happened to get stranded in an area that had some kind of a moss-covered forest floor because he pulled up all of these, I'll call them sheets, for the better lack of term, of moss and dirt. That looked to be, I don't know, 2 feet wide, 3 feet long. And there just happened to be enough to cover the roof and the sides of his shelter. And, this thing actually turned out really nice. It looked like something that, if you or I scouted for probably days to find the area, that we might be lucky enough to come up with all these saplings and all this moss to build such a thing. But, point being, no way did this dude get lost in this area by accident and happen to come up with all these materials to build this nice lean-to. There's another dude, he was lost in Alaska. And he mysteriously came across this little emergency shelter that they had built and stocked with food. The next day, he packs up his stuff and he says, okay, I need to get headed out of here because the weather's getting really bad. Got an itch. And, he shows walking back to his car in a couple hours. So this dude was obviously not lost either. There were a couple of more. A dude is out in the desert and he finds a cave. Didn't have a bear or any snakes or anything in it. And he goes on to show how you stack up rocks to close the entrance to the cave up and build a little fireplace in this thing and everything else. I was kind of amazed that the desert, this particular area he was in, had all of these just nicely sized rocks that he could use. But what was even more amazing is he somehow came up with water and this mud-looking mix that resembled mortar to mortar all these things together. These 2 or 3 examples, while informative, got another itch, are very misleading. I'm sure that most of us are smart enough to know that these are fakes, but unfortunately there are people out there that probably put some stock in these things that they are actually real. my advice to you is, as somebody that lives in the Appalachian Mountains, I have spent the night in the Adirondacks at -4 degrees on snowmobiling trips due to running out of gas and having nothing more with me than a plastic tarp to string up as a temporary shelter for the night. This stuff just doesn't happen. When you get lost, unless you've got a backpack or a day pack with you, which I strongly recommend if you're in unfamiliar territory, to carry proper supplies in case you do get lost. But the odds of you getting lost in an area where, nature has provided all the supplies you need are about 1,000,000 to 1. So be safe out there, people. Watch out for fake videos.